Assalamualaikum and good day. Today I am going to talk about organizational learning. What is organizational learning? Organizational learning is how the employees of an organization adapt with the environment of the organization and how they learn from the experience and incorporate the experience into feedback into the process of planning. According to Brown and Dewey, organizational learning is the bridge between working and innovation. So, the company that we chose to give an example of organizational learning is Google. I am sure that most of you have encountered or used a product of Google at one point if you use an Android phone or the Google as the web browser. Now, how does Google implement organizational learning, you might ask? Well, every Googler's idea is precious to the company. The engineers are encouraged to fix the code line and they are encouraged to fix other engineers' products to see if there are flaws or if they need any improvement towards the other engineers' products. Other than that, Google built its own internal HR and talent management systems. How? Well, through internship programs. Internship programs provide high experience trainees and they will encourage loyalty and induce creativity among fresh intakes. Next, Google provides resources to employees to turn great ideas into reality. Through the 20% policy, which gives chances to the employees to spend up to 1 day per week working on innovative projects on their own. Google also provides an easy connection between employees through Google Plus and Gmail, which simplifies knowledge sharing. Other than that, Google provides comfortable working environment with a variety of accommodations to make their employees feel at home. Accommodations such as free food, sleeping pods, bicycle, discussion rooms, and childcare centers are among the services provided at Google at no charge at all. Although through this type of organizational learning that Google has implemented, weaknesses are bound to come. An example of these weaknesses is the lack of employer monitoring. Without higher supervisors to supervise the employees might misuse the services and the facilities provided by Google, and they will not use the facilities towards generating great ideas. Other than that, some of the employees' ideas might disappoint the customers. Why? Because their ideas may not be compatible with the customer's view of what a perfect product would be. This is because the idea generated by the employees is based on their own creativity and it might not be as ease of use to the customers as the creator might think it would be. The next weakness that we can find in Google's way of implementing organizational learning is that there will be a lack of discipline in the learning experience. How? This is because of the nature of Google's workplace, because of how all the employees are treated equally. There will be lack of respect from the junior employees towards the senior employees. What I suggest Google should do to rectify these weaknesses is that they should hire supervisors to supervise the employees throughout the organizational learning process. Secondly, Google should encourage employees to ask the seniors to guide them in knowledge sharing. Lastly, Google should promote group training to encourage the employees to work in a team. Thank you.
The first time I saw the campus it was incredible. There's volleyball nets and colorful umbrellas, and you see people walking their dogs. It feels kind of like a playground, a big playground.
The atmosphere around Google, it's definitely very eccentric, but also very academic.
At Google, we actually do have the ability to make more of an impact on people and more of a change in 1 year than many people do in their lifetimes.
It's an environment in which very few limitations are placed on where your mind can be during the day.
You're all starting your teams this week, and some great advice is to not be afraid to fail. But we want to flip that around a little bit and say don't be afraid to succeed.
My name is Matthew Malone. I'm a graduate intern here at Google in consumer operations this summer. I have a background as an infantry officer in the Army. I thought leading people directly on the ground as a combat leader would provide the greatest leadership challenge. And then I switched over to working in intelligence. And that's where I really started to fall in love with technology.
My name is Paola Correa. I go to the University of Miami and I study advertising and marketing. When I was little, I used to collect ads. I used to get a kick out of going to different places and seeing how the same message would impact differently and would look differently.
My name is Kim Day. I'm from Melbourne, Florida. I'm studying physics and computer science at the Florida Institute of Technology. I grew up on the Space Coast in Florida, and I always grew up watching the shuttles take off from the Kennedy Space Center. And I knew that I really wanted to work with technology and be able to be on the cutting edge.
My name is Florian Koenigsberger and I'm from New York City. Google as a company was attractive to me because they are a tech company that spans so much more than that. There isn't a place that Google is not.
I'm Grant Oakley. I'm from Spokane, Washington. Just the process of coding is actually surprisingly fun. You kind of get like this epic win at the end of the day. You like, throw up the arms in celebration. It's exciting to work at Google because unlike a lot of software companies, I use Google products every day. That's pretty exciting.
So we're headed upstairs.
I've always thought of work as just work.
This is going to be your desk, right here.
At Google, it's completely different. At Google, I was extremely excited to start at work. Like, I could barely sleep the first night.
Yeah, my inbox has like already been exploding.
How many? Yeah, 45. 45 emails for your first day is pretty good.
I'm working in the Online Help Center, and my project is part of an effort that will completely change the way Google is reaching out to consumers and helping them with Google products.
Our help centers are not just the US, but we have them in 40 plus languages. So we have to think about how we're going to manage that complexity.
From your first day as a Googler intern, you're treated as a regular employee.
Don't presume that just because you're an intern as such that you're not a member of the team.
One usually expects as a new person to be at the bottom of the knowledge totem pole. The fact that I'm not is an illustration of how much responsibility is given to us as interns across the board.
Paula?
How are you?
Doing good, I'm Chris.
Nice to meet you.
I worked with a couple interns last year, and every intern that I've seen come on has just exuded Googliness.
I'll get the hang of it eventually.
You'll get the hang of it.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask. It's definitely a great thing. Is her work going to be challenging? Yeah, because the most important work is challenging.
This summer, I'm working on an email notification for Google accounts, and it's going to be sent out to thousands of users, and it's going to make their accounts more secure.
My code helps developers test their code very efficiently, and that way they can write good, stable code for the product.
You will be working on something that not only our team, the entire Google will see.
Basically, internship is like a good experience towards becoming a full-time hire, right?
The one thing that all the interns definitely have in common is passion and motivation to get these things done, because you don't necessarily have to know everything, but you have to be willing to learn.
Is this your first time at Google?
Yeah!
The week has been unstoppable, restless, a bunch of activities. There's always something new.
Yeah.
And the next activity or the next person that we meet is more exciting than the last.
They do a really, really good job of making you understand the way this place thinks. I think specifically of an exercise we did that gave a completely new perspective on how to brainstorm.
What is brainstorming to you? Tell me what you guys said.
It's focused on learning to put aside your judgments right away and avoid criticizing new ideas that may seem strange to you.
Impossible is not a word that's thrown around very often. I think it helps you imagine. I certainly did not associate imagination with productivity before coming here, but I think this place makes that real.
For the rest of it, I know that there will be a lot of work involved. Maybe some work that I don't know how to do, but a little bit of fear is good.
I do feel a little different after being here for my first week. I guess I've always identified myself very much with the military. I was in the military for 5 years, but I'm starting to see myself as a Googler. I see myself as someone who fits in here. I don't feel like an outsider. I feel googly.
I would say meeting Sergey was definitely one of the highlights in my week, month, maybe year. He's fine, just like stop and shake my hand. Then he rode off on his elliptical bike. It's pretty great.
Maybe it is a little early to say that after I've only been here a week or so, but I just feel like there's always going to be something new you're going to learn every day, and that's really the best part about being an engineer.
If this is what being an intern feels like, I'd love to be an intern for the rest of my life.